Hello, good morning, and welcome to day 6 of Vlogmas. Vlogmas goes fast, you guys. Like, just these first few days already feel like they are flying by. Although yesterday felt like a really nice, slow day, and I'm kind of hoping today will feel the same. Really am trying to be conscious of that and just try to, as much as possible, slow December down this year. Because I feel like I'm always so excited and so hyped up that it's December and it's Vlogmas and it's amazing, and then it just races by, and I don't want that to happen. So it's Sunday morning. It's getting closer to 10, but I have been up since 8 o'clock. So long story short, I woke up in pretty excruciating foot pain around 8 o'clock. Not my right foot, not the one that's been bothering me, but my left foot. It's a whole new pain, whole new foot. I have no idea what's going on. As I've been moving around, I mean, sometimes I move it and it's like, oh, that really hurts. But then other times it's like not that bad. So it's weird. I do think it's muscular. I think something is another weird random muscle in my other foot now has just gotten strained. No clue. But overall, it is feeling better throughout the morning as I've been moving. So I think activity is helping. I think it's something, it honestly feels like it's been a muscle cramp. And so I'm still trying to work through that muscle cramp and get it like uncramped and relaxed again. That kind of pain, so irritating. I'm trying to smile. There was definitely a lot of catastrophizing earlier this morning, all the what ifs and, you know, envisioning having to make doctor's appointments and stuff. And now I'm feeling a little bit calmer as I'm noticing it is feeling a little bit better. So I just have to get through today, I think, and see how it does. I'm dressed and ready to go for a hike. I'm just going to swap out my hoodie when I go, but it's raining. Like, I was actually up early enough to go for an early morning hike, but it's raining and I can't go. And now the rain is forecasted to like stick around off and on all day. It's really just drizzling. Like, even on the weather app on my phone, it doesn't say rain, it says drizzle. So like, it's not properly raining, but there's still a lot of rain in the state, and I can feel how humid it is. It's 90% humidity. That is just nuts for us. Like, we're usually, especially in the winter, we're usually like around 10 to 15% humidity. We're very low humidity here in Phoenix. So there is just a ton of moisture in the air right now, and I can feel it. Like, it's humid in my apartment even. Like, everything feels just a little bit sticky, which I'm not used to that because I've left some windows cracked, and so it's like the humidity has definitely gotten into the apartment. Yeah, so I can't go hiking, but I want to, or at least go for a walk around the neighborhood, because I want to test out and see how it does on a walk when I'm moving it and using it and warming up all of those little muscles in my feet. Because the problem I've been having with my right foot, the two muscles that have been, or muscle groups in my foot that have been flaring up on my right foot, whenever I go for a walk, they feel better. So I want to test out that theory on my left foot and see if it's the same way. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at this Sunday morning. So I'm just going to do some vlog editing and do some reading and just enjoy my Sunday morning and just relax and hope that the rain breaks for at least a little bit. So yeah, welcome to day 6. We will just see how things go. But I think I'm going to maybe make some coffee and then just settle down and relax and try to get the day 5 vlog edited, and then do some more reading. I started a new Christmas novel last night, so we'll chat Christmas books a little bit later. But yeah, right now I think I need some coffee. Okay, it's now a little while later. It is just past 1 o'clock. I'm still keeping an eye on the weather to try to find the right time to go hiking. So I figured I'd film this little segment here, and if it's still looking like no rain, we'll try to go for a hike. But I am now reading my 4th Christmas book of the year. I'm losing track. So I thought it might be a good time to just give you some of my favorite Christmas book, Christmas romance, cozy Christmas novel recommendations, and what I've been reading this year, and then favorites from like last year, and then just some favorites in general. We'll start with some of the favorites in general because I've got some of them in a stack right here. So starting off with a nonfiction book, if you haven't read Calm Christmas and a Happy New Year by Beth Kempton, highly recommend this. A little book of festive joy. I got this, I think, January of 2021, and then I read it again in October, November, December of 2021, and now I've been keeping it on my coffee table and flipping through it. It's just, if you're looking to start like slowing down for Christmas, this is a really good book to read and help you with that. It's like the slow living guide to Christmas, basically. A trilogy that I love these books so much, and I'm probably due for a reread. I don't know if I'll have time to reread them this Christmas, but definitely need to reread them next Christmas if I don't start rereading them this Christmas. But these are by Jeff Gwynne, and they're the autobiography of Santa Claus, as told to Jeff Gwynne, How Mrs. Claus Saved Christmas, as told to Jeff Gwynne, and The Great Santa Search, as told to Jeff Gwynne by Santa Claus himself. Love these books. These books are great for anyone who just wants to keep that magic of Santa alive in their heart. That's a whole other video that we could talk about, but these are just so magical and endearing and heartwarming. I should get them as an audiobook. That's what I need to do. Look and see if these are on audiobook, because I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I just absolutely adore these. And the hardcover editions are gorgeous and are great to just leave on display somewhere. Last year, I read Miracle on Regent Street by Allie Harris. This is an older book, but if you're looking for a classic chick lit rom-com, this is from 2011. There was just something about chick lit rom-coms in the 2000s and early 2010s that this just has such a nostalgic feel for me. Just the way that it's written, I just absolutely love this. It's set in London. It's set in like an old classic department store similar to Selfridges or Liberty or Phoenix or something like that. Like not quite as luxurious still as Harrods or Selfridges, but like was once like that. And the main character is kind of a secret elf trying to save the department store throughout Christmas. And of course there's a bit of mistaken identity and stuff like that. Just classic rom-com. Loved this. And then this one I don't think was super Christmassy. This is set in November, but it just feels very wintry. And this is Hygge and Kisses by Clara Christensen. A girl from London ends up going to Denmark along the northern coast or something. And again, it's just got all those cozy, lovely vibes. So loved that last year. I go into my Kindle. Now I've got a whole like Christmas shelf. Just a few, and I'll try to put book covers up. The two by Jamie Admons, The Little Christmas Shop on Nutcracker Lane, amazing. And The Post Box at the North Pole, also by Jamie Admons. Loved both of those. Like, I really want her to write another Christmas book because I love her books in general, and I've read several of her books, but they are just so cozy and romantic and heartwarming, just so well written. You just fall in love with the characters. I also in the past have read Covent Garden in the Snow and Notting Hill in the Snow by Jules Wake, and loved both of those. If you're looking for some really fun Christmas in London type novels, just really enjoy them. Oh, also by Jamie Admons, Snowflakes at the Little Christmas Tree Farm. That was another one that I read and just loved it. And then this year, I started with Christmas in the Scottish Highlands by Donna Ashcroft. Absolutely loved Loved, loved, loved this book. It's just got such a cute cast of characters, and I was just expecting it to be really light and fluffy and a little bit basic, which is fine. I love that, but it just ended up having so much heart to it, and I absolutely loved it. Then I read by Kate Forster, Christmas Wishes at Pudding Hall. Also just so cute. All the Christmas feels, so endearing. I loved the characters. I love the character development. It's got a bit of like grumpy billionaire and down on her luck chef who gets hired to be the personal chef for the billionaire and his family. And it's almost kind of not quite Christmas Carol, but like the grumpy billionaire character is kind of a bit of a Scrooge, and slowly he kind of relearns the magic of Christmas kind of a thing. And I just thought it was adorable. I loved it. And then I just finished last night by Sarah Morgan, The Christmas Escape. And this was, oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. It starts off in the English countryside, and then it's got a chapter in London, and then they all go to northern Sweden. And it's the Northern Lights, and there's lots of snow, and the way that Sarah Morgan writes the locations is just so atmospheric and really transports you there. It's definitely more women's fiction, but there's two main female characters. It's kind of like a dual POV and switches between the two. And then they each have a romance plot along with their just like journey of exploration plot and self-discovery plot. So really enjoyed that one. So first 3 books out the gate were great. Absolutely loved them. I'm now reading Once Upon a Wishmas by Laura Barnard, and I'm 24% of the way through this one, and I am enjoying it. I am. Like, I don't want to speak critically about this book because I am enjoying it. I had looked through, I've got an album on Instagram on my book account, my author account, where I save books from other posts that I want to look up and read one day. And so I was looking back through that, and this was one that I had saved, and it had a really good recommendation by another Bookstagram account I follow. And so I'd saved it and thought I'll read it, you know, this season. And I am enjoying it. The premise I really like, and the main female character, Ruby, is really well written. For some reason, I am just picturing Emilia Clarke playing her in a film adaptation of this. So like, she's very clearly defined and clearly written if I'm able to picture someone so vividly in my head to play her. But I think I'm just not gelling with it as much as I did those other 3 books. I don't know, it's not quite giving me the same vibes as those 3 other books did. So I am enjoying it. I think it's good. I need to finish it because things can always change. It is what it says on the back of the book. So like, it's living up to those expectations. So I can't judge it harshly for not living up to those expectations because it is. I think it's just those other 3 books exceeded my expectations. And so this one's just kind of living up to them, and that feels like a bit of a letdown, if that makes sense. So, but there are some books to recommend. So if you're still looking for a few books to add to your Christmas reading list, these are the ones I would recommend. Definitely the ones by Jamie Admons. I really wish there was a new Christmas Jamie Admons book this year, but there's not. So yeah, I will keep you posted on all of the new Christmas books that I will read throughout this December. You'll see as I'm going. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more reading today, but I think looking at the weather, it's now saying 2 o'clock. There's going to be rain again. It's 1:21. I think I'm just gonna get my shoes on and dash out to the trail and just try to do a short hike. My foot is still hurting, but every time I get up and walk around or just like flexing and moving it here when I'm sitting in my chair, it does start to feel better. So it hurts worse when I just don't move it and don't walk on it at all. So I really want to try going for a hike and just seeing how it does. So let's do that. I will take you guys with me, and then we'll come back and just cozy up and do some more reading this afternoon. my gosh. So this is what humidity does to my bangs. I forgot about this. I had discovered this the last time I went to London in 2019 because I'd cut bangs right before that trip, and the whole trip it was a nightmare to keep them styled. I think half the time I gave up and just pinned them back. So yeah, there's just enough of a natural wave in my hair that humidity, it doesn't make it look wavy and cute. It just makes it look really frizzy and messed up, but it was worth it. Okay, so 44 minutes, 1.21 miles. Feel really happy with that. 86-foot elevation gain. Foot update, because I know you all care so much. My right foot, which hadn't really been hurting all day. I mean, I was having some of the existing problems in my right foot flaring up, but they just felt so overshadowed by the new pain in my left foot. Definitely feel a bit of soreness now that I'm stopping and sitting down in my right foot, the existing issues, but overall it just feels like tired. Like I can feel that I've been walking for over a mile on very different terrain, trying to stick to the driest parts of the trail, but it was like playing floor is lava, trying to step from one rock to the other instead of on the dirt. My left foot that woke me up this morning at 8 a.m. in such horrible pain feels totally fine. Like, I noticed it as soon as I walked out of my apartment and went down the stairs to my car. I'm like, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. And then as soon as I got out here at the parking lot and started walking, no pain. No pain at all in my left foot. All the pain I'd been in all morning long, gone. So I have no idea. I'm honestly baffled. So I'm really curious to see how it does when I get home and to see if like that pain comes back at all. But oh my gosh, I am so, like, I had to take my hoodie off and tie it around my waist almost as soon as I got going. It is so humid out right now, so I just feel so sweaty and sticky, but it was so worth it. It was a gorgeous hike. The clouds are really low on the mountain right now, and it is just so beautiful. But I don't know, like as I'm sitting here, oh yeah, as I'm sitting here, I can feel that pain coming back in my foot. That is so weird. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that throughout the rest of the day. I hope it doesn't keep me awake tonight. But anyway, long story short, was able to go for a hike, did not bother my foot at all, and I'm so grateful because that was the clouds were just so gorgeous, just made me so happy. So yeah, it is 2:32. I'm gonna go home and try to get myself cleaned up, get cozy, and do some more reading and just enjoy the rest. These clouds aren't going anywhere. It's definitely going to stay cloudy for the rest of the day, so that makes me very excited. updates. Where are we at? It is nearly 20 after 7. I'm only just now eating dinner, but I was so close to finishing the novel I was reading, and I really just wanted to get it done. I finished reading Once Upon a Wishmas by Laura Barnard, I think. It was cute. It was funny. There were some moments where I legitimately laughed out loud alone in my apartment. So overall, it was a good book. Wasn't as festive as I was hoping. As I was saying earlier in this vlog, the last 3 Christmas books I read ended up being so much more than I was expecting, and I loved them so much more than I was expecting, that for this book to just meet my expectations ended up making it feel kind of like a letdown, even though it really wasn't. I think I would have enjoyed it more perhaps if it had been the first Christmas book that I read. So anyway, I'm gonna have my pasta. I'm just gonna sit down in front of the couch. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos because it's Sunday and it's Vlogmas. I'll probably find something else to watch as well. So I've had a lovely cozy afternoon despite the foot issues, just trying to keep my mood in a good place. Reading a fun book and just enjoying the cloudy day. It's been just incredible how cloudy it stayed. I just can't believe it has stayed this cloudy all day long. Alrighty, it is now getting quite late. I need to go to bed, but I have 2 more YouTube videos I want to watch. I might just watch one and save the other for tomorrow, maybe while I have breakfast or something. It's just that this is the one, I don't want to say problem with Vlogmas, but this is the challenge with Vlogmas, is there are just so many YouTube videos. And if you get behind on watching them, it can be a lot to catch up, especially when you're still at the beginning of Vlogmas. Like, I really try to not get behind and like not watch some videos. I try to stay on top of watching as many videos as I can, but it is past 11 and I really need to go to bed. My foot is miraculously doing okay just sitting here, so I'm hoping that means I'll be able to sleep, but it does hurt a lot when I stand up, so that's not ideal. I've just been working on my newest hat project. So I've got the brim done, like the band at the bottom here, and then I'm starting, you're not going to really be able to tell, but I've started doing the cables. So it's got a really pretty cable pattern to it. You'll see more as I finish it up, but I'm making progress on that. So I do want to try to do at least a few more rounds of it, just so I can start to see how the pattern is going to come together. And it is knitting pretty quickly. I do really like this yarn. It's been really nice to work with, but just having a super cozy night. So I'm enjoying that. But it is time to wrap things up, which means it's time for our question of the vlog. So I've got the jar right here. So I'm going to grab out a question. Let's see what the question is. Okay, so we just the other day did favorite holiday memory as a child. So today, favorite holiday memory as an adult. I mean, I have to say, I have been really lucky with my Christmases and my holidays. I think my favorite one, just what's standing out just in this particular moment, because there are so many. In 2010, one of my oldest, dearest friends, we went to high school together, Alicia, was living in London, and she really wanted me to come visit. And I wasn't working a full-time job. I didn't have a lot of money. I hadn't yet gone back to grad school for my second master's. The idea of going to London just felt so impossible. She just incredibly gifted me a ticket to London using airline miles. So basically her deal was, I could use enough of her miles to get me a ticket, and I just had to pay the taxes and fees that you pay on top when you use airline miles. And so the day after Christmas, she had come back here for Christmas. She and her husband had come back here to Arizona to spend Christmas with their families. And then he was going to stay here in Arizona to hang out with his friends and just catch up because they'd been living in London for a while at that point. And she and I were going to fly back to London together and have, I think it was like 10 days, maybe even 2 full weeks. It's all a blur now. It's all a magical blur. But she and I got on a plane the day after Christmas. We landed in London on the 27th because you kind of fly overnight. And I spent New Year's in London with her, and it was incredible. So that's my favorite holiday memory as an adult. I've got a low battery light, so I'm going to make this quick. Let me know your favorite holiday memory as an adult, because I'd like to know. So let's chat favorite recent holiday memories or holiday memories as an adult in the comments below. Give the vlog a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. All of that great stuff. And I will see you tomorrow in the next day of Vlogmas. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!